He'll boop.
Babe.
There you boop.
Babe.
Okay, we're good. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
This is a work of fiction.
Inspired by historical events.
Oh, hello.
And he's cutting in and out.
God damn.
And now he's robot.
Anyway, intro time.
So hush.
We're back.
Yay.
Which route?
Oops.
Which route?
You want to tell
We're
him?
starting Sonnen.
You goddamn snake!
Yeah, there it is.
Fuck you, Okta. Why?
Because
Why
he is
not?
suffering, and so he wants everybody else to suffer alongside him.
I guess. It's still a work of fiction, as the game will tell you.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go through this opening too?
Dealer's choice.
No.
I meant the game. Do you want to skip the prologue? Yes. We'll do it for the last
I
one, which
plan
is
on
gonna be
making a mess.
Hijikata.
What are you doing?
I know what to do. I'm planning to make a mercenary group in Fallout 4.
Hmm.
I know the mods. I saved the mods, and you always seen one of the mods I sent.
Yes, I have.
Who knew that existed?
We're skipping, right? We
Yes.
agreed, correct?
Yeah, we did.
We're skipping. No, looks like you can't skip.
Hold on.
Well, good luck, Mel.
I'm looking for buttons. There we go.
And now I must go because I'm gonna sleep my stress away again.
Okay. Understandable.
Yes, I think I won doing chores today.
Go sleep.
So have a good day.
Bye.
Cut myself off. And you turned robot.
Bye.
Am I turning robot?
No.
Okay.
Now you turned Robin.
Yeah, no, he did.
You turned Robin. What the heck?
Okay, go sleep.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Okay, one more thing.
Okay. We have come to our first road.
Oh, that's right.
Did
Fuck.
you forget?
Yes. My bad.
He
Yes, you
forgot
are
the
bad.
walkthrough, everybody.
And that was completely set up and everything.
Except for the one important bit.
Okay.
Is it? Find a way to escape?
I don't remember.
We shall see once you get the walkthrough. Oh, so you kind of followed me like 4 hours ago?
I noticed. Kyoto wins.
She literally went like,
I thought I was following you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? You need to get out of there.
So I gotta find a way to escape.
Yeah.
Woo! I was remembering correctly.
Bing.
I guess I'll do it. I had to try and escape. The mic needs to be a little bit more over here. There we go. And the Yamazakis need to not fall over.
Please, no.
This is
Wait.
Yamazaki, please.
Don't fall over.
Hey, what was the counter today? Did anybody notice?
I don't know.
Just go to the end of the video.
It was like 130 something. Because you posted it earlier.
What is the count?
Let's actually bring that video up then. Anyways, skip?
No, I want to play this one out because I believe there are more choices. The situation wouldn't improve as long as I stayed in this room. Fortunately, they hadn't bothered to tie me up completely again. Only my hands were bound. That would slow me down, but so long as I could move my legs, I stood a chance. Alright, now the exit is... I cast my memory back to when they brought me into the building the night before. Right, I'm sure it'll work out.
I love the description you gave to today's Yamazaki video. I might be biased.
I might be biased. Look at the counter.
I mean, yeah, fair.
What is the count?
God damn it, I already closed it out. I already forgot.
Oh my. I stood up, holding my breath. I edged towards the door. I knew it was rude, but I had no choice but to try and open the sliding door with my toe. But I was almost there when suddenly the door flew open all on its own, revealing...
No.
What do you think you're doing?
Wrong.
Oh, it's Daddy, not Mommy. What?
I stumbled straight into Kondo-san.
Hi. Oh my. Well, that was rather bold of you. You were looking to escape, I assume? Attempting to escape was unwise. It will only make your situation more difficult.
His voice was calm and not unfriendly, but his eyes were frigid and calculating. Too late, I realized why they hadn't bothered to tie me up again. They'd been watching me to see what course of action I would end up taking.
I told you once, and I won't tell you again. Run, and I'll gut you. Yeah, sorry, but now we gotta kill you. Can't trust a kid who can't keep his promise.
Okuta-san smiled. He didn't look very sorry. Fuck you, Okuta. I... stay where I was?
You should stay put. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I see you won't give me a chance to explain myself. The unfairness of the situation made me terribly angry, but perhaps I had better steel myself and accept it.
Then just do as you please and get it over with!
Okita-san started snickering at how angry I was, his shoulders shaking.
Alright, hang on. So it's 156 for the counter?
That's what we're up to?
I think. Oh, you're a funny one. Aren't you getting a little too worked up?
That was the counter at the end?
I only saw the beginning one, and it said 156.
Nope, there's a final counter at the end.
I did it. And I did. I did say the line.
Yeah, I pressed a button.
What does he say now? Just relax. We're not gonna eat ya. Eat you? I should honestly say kill you.
How can you say that? You were just talking about killing me.
Well, that was definitely a grammatical error. Well, not grammar, but like, that was definitely an error. Relax, we're not gonna kill you.
Well...
Never seen such an honorable girl.
Huh?
A girl?
You knew I was a girl?
What? Soji, are you telling me that this girl, that this child is a girl?
This girl is a girl?
He had to quickly correct him. So, this girl is a child? I mean, this child is a girl?
Honestly, I can't see Kondo-san saying that.
This girl is a child. I mean, this child is a child. No, this girl is a girl. This child is a girl. Just getting increasingly frustrated with each mistake.
Oh God!
Why did that get me so bad?
And now I think I've broken her.
Yes!
I'm taking a drink.
Okay. Up there it is, 195. I found it, 195.
That's at the end?
This is at the almost 23-minute mark out of the 27-minute video.
Nope, there's one at the end.
Oh my god.
Say your line, by the way.
Wait, hold. Okay, I will look at that. Calm down, Kondo-san. I'm sure all of you caught on, but... Well, maybe not you, Kondo-san, but... Don't tell me! You knew this all along, San-san!
Kun?
Oh, wait, is Kondo's older?
Wait. Fuck, I can't remember now.
I was led to believe that it was San and
San is old. Yes, maybe. Fuck. My brain ain't working today!
You need to get the chart.
The chart! Where's the chart? The chart. I got the chart.
Don't,
I'm getting it.
Hold on, I need some stage direction here.
Yeah, son.
I fucking knew it. Don't tell me.
Oh, it's San that says Kondo-san instead of Kondo-kun. That's where my brain was going with that.
It's 500, so it's 820 now. God damn it.
I'm sorry, that whole scene is just too fucking good.
Don't tell me you do this all. Well, yes, she is doing her best to dress up like a man, but it is quite obvious that she's a girl. Why don't you tell your big brothers why a girl would dress like a boy and run around Kyo in the middle of the night?
Okita-san.
Sana-san shrugged and let out a loud sigh.
Maybe we should all sit down and talk this over. Some of us may have changed their opinions. Not me.
Now we can hit the skip button again. Whee!
Fuck you, Okita.
Da 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 da.
Ba 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 ba. You do. Fast forward that sound.
Cricket. $8.64. We're stuck in our room because Hijikata and Sana went to Osaka. And Hijikata doesn't want us wandering around. So, is it stay put?
Stay right there.
Okay, I stay right here.
To be completely honest, staying in this room was awfully boring.
No, considering the situation, it's better to follow Hijikata-san's orders.
I didn't want to cause a disturbance by wandering around. It would be better to stay in my room.
Oh, Sarah, laugh it up, guys. You wouldn't think it was so hilarious if an octopus was stuck to the roof of your mouth. A shark talking to two other sharks, and they're just laughing it up.
I sighed, glancing around the empty room. The room was nice, of course, but also dreadfully barren. It wasn't uncomfortable, but there was nothing to pass the time.
Here I thought I'd gotten used to doing nothing.
My father's business required him to take frequent trips, so I'd spend a good deal of time home on my own.
This isn't quite the same, though. Back then I always knew he'd be back eventually.
Waiting for someone's return was different from waiting when you didn't know what laid ahead. I heard a noise.
Yes, and a Discord notification for something funny.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay.
The best part is that Mario took Mikey.
Oh my god, it is Mikey!
Yeah, and how did he manage to catch him like that? Pizza.
Yeah, it's Mikey. There's only one way.
When will I be able to start looking for Father again?
I sighed again.
Yukimura-kun, I've been looking for you. I didn't think you'd be here in your room like you were told to do. I thought you'd be out wandering around somewhere.
Yeah, about that. Hold on. Koda-san smiled brilliantly at me as he stepped into the room, holding a tray in his hand.
Oh, hello?
I wasn't sure what to make of his words, so instead I bowed, confused.
Wait a moment. Is this your room?
For now, yes.
Oh no, then I barged right into a woman's room.
This was the inspiration for that one scene.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine.
No, it's not.
After all, it isn't as though there's anything here I wouldn't want you to see.
都市の故障というからには、都市の隣に
Well, we declared that you would be Toshi's page, so I assumed that your room would be next to his.
Hijikata-san had failed to tell Kondo-san that I had yet to be made a page.
The world's oldest fish hooks were found in a cave in Japan, dating back to about 23,000 years ago.
Jeez. Cargo room. Kono-san had agreed to this plan, so it must have been difficult to tell him about the current situation. Nonetheless, he seemed to have caught on.
I don't have much to offer, but you're welcome to come in.
そうか。では失礼して。
There's no need to worry. If I may, I'll take you up on your offer.
そうかしこまる。
Hey, he's alive!
君は我ら新選組
Oh!
の客人のようなものだからな。
He is alive. Alright. Sir?
And you needn't feel nervous around me. While you are here, you are a guest of the Shinsengumi.
Did you really type that? Did you really type that?
Yeah.
God damn it. Oops. No, please. Stay put, Yamazaki. Then he placed the tray on the floor between us.
Please.
This is...
I looked down at the tray. I could barely stifle a sudden squeal of excitement.
君は甘いものは好きかね。
Oh, okay, that's why he's with best friend today.
Oh... That makes sense.
Anyways. You like sweets, I take it? I found some of these in the cupboard, so I brought them here for you.
On the plate, he'd arranged several colorful candies and a cup of warm green tea. Why can't you just say Konpeito? We all know it's Konpeito. Just name it.
どうかね、雪村君。嫌いで
So what do you think, Yukimura-kun? If you'd like some, go ahead.
さあ、遠慮は無用だぞ。
No need to hold back.
Thank you very much.
Frank.
For all of the newcomers, you take a drink whenever our protagonist says thank you or I'm sorry. Just don't make it alcoholic or energy drink. You will die.
Yeah. Especially with that one time with, I think it was Seven Scarlet.
Oh god, I think it might have been Seven Scarlet. Also, I think what we'll do after stream is catch ourselves back up with that. Just cause.
Yeah.
I bowed in thanks and reached to take one of the candies.
It's delicious.
It had been a while since I had any sweets. Something about the small, colorful candies seemed so adorable, and I couldn't help but smile.
そうか。気に入ってくれたみたいで何よりだ。
Ah, I'm glad you liked them.
Kondo-san looked at me with warmth in his gaze.
そういえば、まだ外出の許可は出ていないそうだ。
Oh, yes. I've heard that you haven't been allowed to go outside.
It's true, but rushing things would only make more trouble. So just as Hijikata-san suggested, I plan on waiting it out just a little more.
なるほど。分かった。
I see. Well, I'm glad you understand.
ああ見えてトシは昔から他人に世話をや
I know Toshi seems a little rough around the edges, but I promise you that he is a truly caring man.
Hijikata-san, caring. I had no idea.
You had no idea.
Kondo-san's view of Hijikata-san seemed so at odds with my own personal experience with him. However, Kondo-san knew him far better than I did, so if he said so, it must be true.
I had no idea.
確かにな。知らない人からはよくそう言われるよ。
That's understandable. Those who don't know him often share a similar opinion.
おそらくだ。トシは
But Toshi may have his reasons as to why now is not the best time for you to leave the compound.
だから退屈だろうが、もうしばらく我慢してくれ。
You're bored, I know, but I have to ask you to hang in there a little while longer.
I understand.
Kondo-san's visit had cheered me up greatly. Of course, I was still confined to my room. However, the creature comforts of spending an afternoon drinking warm tea gave me some life.
I found something that made me think of the stream from earlier today.
Wait.
With the kid running away.
Oh, God!
I know.
Sir, how dare you? Literally, how dare you? I know what this scene is. No, we'll save it, I think. Skippy. I'm sorry we're back to doing this, but this game is long as it is. Oh, it stopped because we haven't seen this before. Toto came running down the hall. The moment he saw us, he puffed his cheeks petulantly.
Ha! It's dinner time! Oh, my apologies, Hesuke. I'll be there shortly. Yeah. You too, Chizuru. Hurry up or it's gonna get gone before you know it.
Sorry, Toto-san. I'll be there as soon as I can.
He turned to leave, but he halted in his tracks. He pursed his lips before speaking.
Look, can you drop the whole Todos-kun thing? Just call me Hesuke. Everybody else does.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, we're practically the same age. Oh, and as a bonus, you don't need to be all formal about it.
Okay. I'll do that then, Hesuke-kun.
Great, that sounds better already. Shall we go?
Whee!
And now we can skip this whole thing.
Yeah, even though that is actually kind of pivotal to Sanan. It's not something we haven't seen before anyway.
It'll be in every route regardless.
So, I got the lineup for every single time that Hocus Pocus is going to be playing on Freeform this month.
Yay.
Let's see, October 1st. I'm assuming this is all Eastern time. 8:50 p.m. October 3rd, 4:20 p.m. Today was 4:35. October 6th, 6:50. October 8th, 8:55. You kinda?
I kind of want to watch whatever I haven't watched before. I know last year I watched Hocus Pocus and Scissorhands and Nightmare Before Christmas all the way through. But what the fuck else haven't I watched?
A good one that's kind of a there's a good one, also a Disney movie that was kind of slept on, Under Wraps.
Under Wraps?
a mummy ends up coming back to life trying to search for something and everything, and he ends up going through a drive-through, and he ends up going to the hospital. Hijinks ensue.
Why does that sound familiar?
Let's see. When going to the drive-through, the only sound that he can make, due to the fact that he's got the bandages on his face, is somehow the girl in the drive-through understood every bit of it.
What the fuck? No.
She put the drink on the drive-through window and everything. He walks by, he takes it, and keeps going. She's looking out the window like, the fuck?
Okay, February 1864. It fast approached a month since I began living with Shinsenkumi compound. Can I skip? Yes. I wasn't sure when I could skip. Da 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 da. Takeda. Because of your existence, I get to do the Choshu expedition 3 times.
Yay.
1 for Takeda, 1 for Miki because he goes, and 1 for Yamazaki because he's also there.
Shit,
Shit, I don't remember.
I do, and it's highlighted.
So we return to room.
Yep, we're going back to our room.
Alright, that means more Skippy. To May. We should be called out to finally get permission to go out, and I believe, if the options will please show themselves, I believe it's actually, fuck, I'm between join them on the rounds and stay behind.
Well, you definitely got one of them on there. It's definitely not Hijikata, and it's definitely not going to to Fushimi.
I know Fushimi is Saito. It might be.
Why don't let's see. Keeping in theme with this, stay where you are, stay put, quietly return to your room. You're staying behind.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I was like one of those two. Like, Although my goal was to discover my father's whereabouts, I wasn't completely sure that I was welcome to join the expedition, nor was safety assured.
I appreciate your gesture, but I think I should stay behind today.
Huh? Why? You're finally getting the chance to go search for Kono!
True, but I have to understand my place here, and it's not sure he's there. More chances will come.
Aw, well, if you say so. You don't have to hold back, though. I definitely put disappointment in his voice with that.
Yes, I want to hug. That's immediately the feeling I had. To hug him immediately. Afterwards,
I found it funny.
the men deliberated before splitting off, and I returned to my room. Maybe I should have gone.
Deliberated.
Maybe it would have been better for me to take the risk and learn something. Anything. I gaze up at the cloudy sky, regret welling up in my chest.
Ah, you regretting it? If you are, then you should have just gone with them.
That should say Chizuru. I feel. Right. Fuck you, Okuta.
Okita-san, I'm not regretting it.
I looked away, too ashamed to face him, but he continued with a mischievous grin.
Oh, really? You don't regret it at all? Not even if you knew that Hajime-kun and I went out of our way to convince Hijikata-san?
What?
His revelation caught me off guard. I didn't know what to say. Did I really waste our kindness?
I'm so sorry. You two worked so hard to convince him, and I...
Drank, yes.
土方さんに掛け合ったのははじめくん。僕は後ろで軽くうなずいてた。
Actually, it was Hajime-kun that convinced Ichigata-san. I just stood behind him and nodded.
So helpful, Soji.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was.
Even so, I'm sorry.
Drink.
Yep.
Ugh. I would need to apologize profusely to Saito-san and give him my thanks. I felt so bad I had let them down. Should there be another opportunity, please give me another chance to join you.
Hmm.
Okita-san looked down at me for a minute before responding, his cold eyes focusing deeply into me.
I don't know.
ついてくるのはいいけど。
I don't mind you tagging along, but you better keep that Kodachi of yours sheathed. And don't try to jump into battle.
邪魔をしたり足を引っ張ったり。
If you get my way or hold me back, I will kill you. Really.
I understand.
Okita-san said no more. He turned his back to me and strolled nonchalantly away from the inner courtyard. Well, chapter 2, it's June, we know what this means.
Yeah.
It's that dreaded fight!
Yep.
No, well, it's gonna skip to...
I think it'll be the next choice then?
Does it leave? Or remain?
What's the theming here so far?
Remain.
Yeah, we're a homebody. We're staying here.
Alright.
We stay at homes.
After contemplating, I decided to stay. I couldn't convince myself that I wouldn't be a burden to them during dangerous situations. But still, it was disheartening to think about.
What should I do today?
Throughout the past 6 months, I was allowed to finally search for my father on the rounds, and I contributed by doing chores for everyone. I'd slowly been entrusted with more and more tasks, such as cleaning and preparing meals. I spent most of my time with the captains, but there were many opportunities to chat with the warriors and come to know them as real people. Maybe they were starting to think of me as a warrior in training rather than Hijikata-san's page. Maybe that was why I'd grown numb to the reality of who I was actually staying with right now. I was under the care of the infamous Shinsengumi.
What should I do today?
And there's a yawn.
It'll happen. I had intended to go outside today, but the compound was short-handed. But I couldn't simply do chores when I was so worried about my father.
And I gotta do a thing.
Eh?
Ban. Report.
Oh, wait. I didn't even see that.
I caught that quick.
Ah, I see. It appears on my OBS, but it does not appear in my chat.
And
that
I gotta
means-
take it care of.
I guess that means they've been
The
banned
account
before.
was created yesterday.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Likely banned evader. What the fuck does that mean? Likely ban evader.
Likely ban evader, as in like they'll probably evade the ban despite how many going towards them.
I guess.
Alright.
I decided to visit the inner courtyard. Oh, this is
Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah.
The inner courtyard should have some cool shade and a nice breeze. Maybe this would allow my thoughts to simmer down. Alas, contrary to my expectation, no winds blew through the courtyard today.
Okay, good.
There was only the harsh sun. I had a feeling it was going to be a bad day. I sighed, sitting under a tree to escape the harsh glare of the sun. Something occurred to me just then.
All right. My father's been here, hasn't he?
They'd mentioned it, but they hadn't told me why. Was he tending to the injured, or perhaps educating the Shinsengumi on how to avoid illness? I wish.
Maybe he'd intended to stay here long term.
They'd said nothing about him being in the compound, per se. It sounded more like he'd visited occasionally. If he'd really been their doctor, then he would have visited far more often. Which left me with the question, why? It was abundantly clear to me that the Shinsengumi had plenty of secrets. I wondered if my father had anything to do with them.
No, that can't be right, can it?
I shook my head again, trying my best to dispel the dark thoughts taking shape.
何が
Son.
まさかなんですか
What can't be right?
I spun around to find that Sanan-san had walked up behind me, undetected and unannounced. He'd been doing that shit before he was a Fury.
But of course.
Sanan-san, is it alright for you to be walking around?
Oh.
私が寝たきりの病人
Oh,
か何かのような
please.
言い
I'm
方
no
をしてください
bedridden invalid. There's nothing
何の
wrong
問
with
題
me.
もありませんよ
His tone was as soft as usual. However, his expression had a hint of coldness.
Although my left hand is something of an invalid.
I couldn't bear to look at his sad, twisted smile. His arm hadn't healed. It seemed certain now that it never would. The rest of the captains were sure that he would never be able to use his arm as he'd done before.
君こそ部屋を出ていていいん
And
で
what
す
are
か
you doing? Are
私
you
は勝
allowed
手に
out
動
of
き
your
回られて
room?
は困ります
You haven't been given the front of our headquarters, I'm sure.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Drink.
I fear I'm gonna be out of water soon. There's another one.
I'm about halfway done with what I've got right here.
They usually let me walk around as I please, so long as I didn't go into anyone's room. Oh, my mom promised me I'm gonna go to Target with her this week.
We'll see.
I probably can get a new water bottle.
Yay.
Yay! And
Hopefully the
Halloween
big one
candy.
that yeah, hopefully the big one that I showed you that one time, that's your colors.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
I don't know if Target would have that.
Well, it'd be fucking cool if you could.
Yeah. They will, however, have my favorite trail mix thing. However you want to call it. They usually let me walk around as I please, so long as I didn't go into anyone's room. Still, well, technically, I was confined to my room. Any freedom given to me was simply a courtesy. In other words, Sanan-san was right. If he decided to chastise me, I had no reasonable excuse.
There were some things I wanted to think about. I hoped the courtyard would be cooler than my room.
The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized it sounded like nothing but excuses.
我々の監視から逃れて一
When
人
you sneak about without permission, it makes it seem as if you have something to hide.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Drink. Oh yes, and that's something that Sonnen and I have in common right now anyway. We got injuries on our left arm / hand.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because of that burn I suffered from nearly a week ago now.
Ah! I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it because my mother burned her finger. And I have to bandage that thing.
We have no more bandages.
I need to remember to buy more bandages. That needs to go in the first aid kit.
Along with like icy hot patches.
Yeah, a lot of things.
I
I was
okay. Yeah.
I was beginning to grow accustomed to San-San's subtle cruelty.
I'll return to my room.
I turned and began to walk away. San-San's unpleasantness had started after he was wounded during his trip to Osaka. He spent most of his time locked in his room now, and he was quick to lash out. I knew he was in deep pain. Still, I wish he could go back to being the warm, kind man I'd first met. I turned around to see him still standing there.
Excuse me. It's really hot out today. You should try and stay out of the sun. Please, take care of yourself.
I gave him a nervous smile. He responded with a small smile of his own. It didn't seem forced or bitter. It was genuine.
Thank you. Take care of yourself as well.
The San-San I first met was still in there. My spirits lifted. I ran back to my room. God, I wish we saw more of that Sanan before the injury. But we didn't. Which makes me, like, say it. Wait, can we skip this? No, it's new to us. Okay. It was later that evening that the compound exploded with activity. I was walking down the hall when I heard footsteps and turned to see Nagakura-san coming toward me.
Nagakura-san?
Huh?
What's that for?
Oh,
He glanced down almost absently at his hands. He was holding a candle and an exceptionally long nail.
oh, one of those Choshu guys we picked up isn't talking. Hijikata-san's gonna talk to him personally, but he said he didn't have the right tools out in hand, and so he sent me to get these.
What do you need a nail for?
Look, kid, ignorance is bliss, alright? Don't try to think about it too much, alright?
He gave me another awkward smile, turned his back on me, and walked off.
Yum.
Do we need to explain the nail and the candle?
It's a torture technique.
Yes, it is! As the sun began to set, activity in the compound reached a fever pitch. Can I skip this? No, I cannot. It was so busy that I couldn't even help with making dinner. The commotion was overwhelming.
Heisuke-kun!
He shot past my door, then whirled back around.
What happened? All the men are running around. Did you get some information out of that Choshu man?
Yeah, that guy finally broke. It looks like they're having a meeting right now. We're getting ready for a raid.
Oh.
Heisuke-kun explained that the Shinsengumi will be splitting into 2 groups and searching locations. Kondo-san will take 10 men to the Ikedaya Inn. Hijikata-san will take 24 to the Shikoku Inn.
I heard that they might be a Shikoku. Gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed that the chief's sending me to Ikeda.
They send more men with Hijikata-san because they thought he'd be seeing action.
They should have did the reverse.
That being said,
You mean there aren't even 40 men ready?
Yeah, cause there's so many men who got sick when we needed them the most.
I know that the heat in close quarters made some men sick, but I hadn't known it was so many. Because the boys don't clean! We've established this! Heisuke-kun sighed.
We sent word to the Aizu and Judiciary Commissioner, but it looks like they're just gonna sit on their hands.
That sounds awful.
Unfortunately, there wasn't much I could offer him apart from sympathy. I had a feeling it was going to be a difficult night. After all the men capable of fighting had left for their respective assignments, Sanan-san called for me.
I'm sure it was only out of courtesy, but the chief asked me to protect the compound.
Sanan-san's passive-aggressive attitude reared its head.
It's mostly empty, of course, but someone may try to attack us for that very reason. I must ask that you stay where I can see you. I may need to give you orders should the worst occur.
Alright.
I hesitated a moment, then spoke.
Does that mean you'll protect me?
I wasn't sure why, but he laughed at that.
Well, I should hope that I'll be more use than the men who've been confined to their beds, at least.
I couldn't be happy about his response. Oh dear. His smile was so sad, I wasn't sure what to say. It seemed to hurt him most when the other men were out fighting, and all he could do was wait. The silence between us stretched out until the door to our room suddenly opened without a sound.
Colonel Sonance, we've confirmed that the Choshi are meeting at Ikeda.
The Ikeda Inn?
Oh dear. That's less than desirable. I suppose the Shinsengumi has never been good with games of chance.
His tone was light, but his face was serious, and with good reason. They'd been certain Shikoku was the right location. As such, they sent only half as many men to Ikeda.
Yamazaki-kun, can you do me a favor?
The man who he called Yamazaki-kun nodded curtly. He was a Shinsengumi officer and spy, as well as a member of the Watch. Despite not living in the Yagi residence, he was aware of my situation.
First, go tell Hijikata-kun that the enemy is meeting at Ikeda. He should still be on his way to Shikoku. And I'm sorry to trouble with you with it, but I need you to take her with you as well.
Huh?
Yamazaki-san seemed just as surprised. I paused before thinking about what's next. Why me?
No, I'll go.
Really?
Yeah, because you're going along with it, and this is Sanan's route.
Okay. I'll go.
I'll go. Please let me help.
If I really could help, then I wanted to. I lived with these men for almost half a year. Now was my chance to help them. There was no reason to hesitate.
See? I see. It seems that you're prepared for this. I don't mean to be rude, Colonel, but if all you needed is a message delivered, I can handle it.
Yamazaki-san's cold eyes slid over to me for a moment as he spoke.
There may be Ronin out there to intercept you. Furthermore, there's a chance that Choshu has reinforcements. If your message were to be intercepted, then you would not reach Hijikata-kun in time.
Sanan-san finished with a soft smile I hadn't seen him use for weeks.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? Ah, yeah. If the worst should happen, I can hold off any Choshu Ronin and have her head off to eat Hijikata-san on her own.
What?
It sounded as if they were suggesting, should things go badly, that Yamazaki-san would sacrifice himself.
No!
Ooh,
Yamazaki, please!
my boy.
山崎君が失敗するとは思っていませんよ。
Alright. Yes. Of course, I doubt it will come to that.
我々には人手が足りず、君には仕事が多い。
We're short-handed right now, which means there will be more I need you to do. You'll need to notify the Aizu and Judiciary Commissioner as well.
That would have Yamazaki-san running all across Kyo.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I suppose it really drove home just how thin the Shinsengumi was stretched.
And there's no other person that could do this job? What about Shimada-san?
Shimada-san was another Shinsengumi spy who was trusted with knowledge of my situation. Sana-san shook his head. The Shinsengumi needed every single member they could get, and Shimada-san was with the Shikoku team. In other words, aside from Yamazaki-san, I was the only one who could serve as a messenger at the moment.
And there's a yawn.
Oh, yeah.
確か雪村君だったな。
You're
ご神経の
Yukimura,
術なら身につけていると聞いた
right?
が。
I heard you know a little about how to protect yourself.
I do.
残念ながら
Good.
君の安全は保証でき
Because
ない。
unfortunately, I can't guarantee your safety. However, if you can manage yourself, you're welcome to join me.
If he tried to run away while we were out, I had no doubt that he would kill me without hesitation. This mission was his priority, not my life. Even so,
I'll go. I can take care of myself. You don't need to worry about me.
Sana-san gave me a small smile. I knew he wanted to join the battle more than anyone, but we both knew that was impossible. The least I could do was carry out my mission.
では、
Very well.
しかと承りました。
I accept your order, Colonel.
He bowed, and as he stepped out of the room and turned to me,
全力で俺についてこい。
Run with all your might.
I took off after him, my legs working as hard as they could. Now we are in the Skippy zone, or not.
Yep. Oh,
Into the dark street we ran. How long had it been since I ran this hard?
what's different?
Wait. Did we go to... Oh no, because we went to Ikeda. We went with Kondo. That's what's different.
Alright.
That because it was the bitches route, which means we had to actually go to Ikeda, so we went with Kondo-san.
Right.
Only after a short distance, I was gasping for breath. Yamazaki-san, who was running ahead of me, suddenly stopped. He looked sharply behind me.
何があっても
No matter what happens, follow this street. Don't look back.
必要はない。
Don't tell me someone's behind us.
君は知らなくても
You don't need to know that. So in other words, yes, there is somebody behind us.
Seems like Yamazaki-san's hunch was right. What should I tell
Oh,
Yamazaki?
yeah.
Yamazaki, you should go?
Yamazaki, you should go.
Yamazaki, you should go.
I'll stay
Bing.
behind. Yamazaki-san, please, you should go.
バカなことを言うな。
Don't be a fool.
君がここに残って
What could you
何か
possibly do by staying behind?
If I distract the enemy, then you could go in the meantime.
引きつける役ならば俺がやる
If we knew the lure, then it's going to be me. Run!
Yamazaki-san wasn't going to take no for an answer, so I nodded. I looked to what lay ahead for me.
Up.
As I stepped into the next intersection, I saw a flash of metal from the corner of my eye.
Throwing flashbang.
君は惑うな。じきに合流できる。
Why did I think of that?
I don't know why.
It's just because of Flash. Keep going. I'll catch up in a moment.
白の大福を目指して
Just keep running until you see a white uniform.
I kept running. I pretended I didn't hear the sound of swords ringing against one another behind me and ran.
I mean, raging could be a good way to describe that.
Sure. My knees were weak and my legs shook, but I kept going. Even so, I felt so slow. I wanted to cry out, to scream at my body to go faster.
Go, go, go!
Suddenly, a bright light cut through the darkness and I threw my arm over my eyes to shield them from the glare.
And
My heart
you're dead.
stopped. Was it Choshu's soldiers? God damn you. I froze. I think that was Hijikata.
What the hell are you doing here?
I very nearly burst into tears with relief. Hijikata-san was not dressed in there. You shit. Fuck. Okay, we're good.
What happened?
I elbowed my water bottle. We're good.
Okay.
Ichikata-san was not dressed in their usual light blue jacket, but rather a bright white uniform. This would allow him to be better seen in darker places. Harada reached out to grab me as my legs gave out.
Hey kid, you doing alright? If you let the headquarters without permission, then Hijikata's gonna kill you.
I grabbed hold of Harada-san's hand and pulled myself back up to my feet. I wanted to tell him I had permission to leave and explained it was alright for me to be there, but I was so winded that I could barely speak. Besides, I wasn't sent to Hijikata-san to make excuses. I took as deep of a breath as my lungs could manage before speaking.
They're meeting at Ikeda.
What?
Suddenly,
We got
Hijikata-san's
an incoming
expression
ad
changed.
pretty soon.
Oh, goody. Suddenly, Hijikata-san's expression changed.
Those bastards. Ikeda was the place?
I nodded rapidly.
Are you sure?
Hijikata-san gestured towards me.
Sanan-san lost his use of his arm, not his brain. The kid here didn't run away. The colonel sent us this message. You did good finding us. I didn't think you knew Kyo all that well.
Yamazaki-san.
I finally got some of my breath back, and I did my best to tell them what had happened.
What about the Aizu and the commissioner's men? Are they on their way to Ikeda?
I just shook my head. Hijikata-san quickly came to a decision.
Saito, Harada, you take our men to Ikeda. I need to go deal with something.
Harada-san and Saito-san nodded curtly, then moved to execute his orders.
Kyo will be dangerous for you alone. You can either stay with us or go with Hijikata.
I still lacked the breath to respond properly, so I simply nodded. We both knew they couldn't leave me here. Whom should I accompany? Is it Hijikata?
It is Hijikata.
Alright, we get to see that scene.
Yeah.
The prospect of
Telling
being...
off the Aizu.
Huh?
Telling off the Aizu.
Telling of the... Haruka's gonna be worse. The prospect of being alone with him was rather frightening, but I decided to go with Hijikata-san. We were quiet for a while. I felt like I should say something, but I wasn't sure what.
I feel like what they look over at some of my OCs, and specifically to my main character. They're like, "Oh, please, you're benevolent. Please tell her." And Seth is just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm not the one who fucked up here. All right."
Hijikata-san glanced down at me, and his eyes softened.
Butterfly.
Butterfly. Good job with that message. It might give us the advantage we need.
I never thought Hijikata-san of all people would praise me. It made me a little flustered.
You're gonna go far, kid.
Well, but what did he mean by an advantage? If the Battle of the Ikeda Inn had begun, it didn't seem like we had much of an advantage at all. It is time. We stepped from the alley into the central avenue. Hijikata-san stopped, glaring around as if looking for something.
Glancing
there.
Hijikata-san, why are we out here on the street?
Those who've lost the nerve to actually fight can only think about standing out.
I tilted my head, not sure what he was saying. Yamazaki-san appeared beside us without making a sound.
Boom.
Yamazaki-san, you're safe!
It's not my time to die yet.
He didn't seem to have been hurt at all, thank goodness. Yamazaki-san's eyes glanced to me for a moment as I breathed a sigh of relief. Then they slid right back to Hijikata-san.
You're aware of the situation at Ikeda, I assume. Oh no, you're aware of the situation at Ikeda, I assume? Colonel Sanan ordered me to notify the Aizu and the Judiciary Commissioner, but... yeah, I'll have new orders for you in just a few minutes. Stick close for now. Hi. Your commander needs to go have a word with a bunch of useless bastards.
Deep in his cold eyes, I saw a spark of anger. They appeared just as Hijikata-san had predicted. Lines of government soldiers. There were hundreds of them, spanning the entire street. They would never fit in the back alleys.
Oh yeah! Yeah!
Seeing how they were leisurely marching, frustration took a hold of me.
The men are still fighting at the inn.
The Shinsengumi only had a few soldiers able to fight, but they were risking their lives for Kyo.
There's a yawn, yay!
Yay! Didn't these men have the same responsibility? Why weren't they rushing to help us? Perhaps my anger was more obvious than I realized. Seeing the look on my face, Hijikata-san's eyes creased as he gave me a faint smile.
Don't worry, I won't let them screw over the Shinsengumi.
He stepped forward into the very middle of the street, directly in front of the advancing soldiers. All he did was move a few feet forward to face them, but he held such authority he stopped them in their tracks.
Listen here, fuck shits. The Shinsengumi are currently conducting an official investigation of the Ikeda Inn. You will not interfere. You will not enter the Ikeda Inn.
Even I could see that the government men were going to protest Hijikata-san's proclamation.
Yeah? And who's gonna stop us?
Yamazaki-san leaned over to whisper in my ear.
If we let those men walk into the inn, then they'll take credit for subduing the Choshu.
Damn it. What? How could they?
After all the Shinsengumi had done, it just didn't seem fair.
But it's the men of the Shinsengumi who are risking their lives.
Then you see how little respect they have for the Shinsengumi. The commander is single-handedly protecting the Shinsengumi right now. If we allow them to step into the Ikeda Inn, they will spread tales of their false heroism. All that we may do here tonight will be in vain if we allow them to front the raid. That is why the commander is trying to prevent the Aizu from intruding.
Yamazaki-san explained everything to me.
Now it made sense.
So when Hijikata-san said we have an advantage, this is what he was referring to.
Indeed.
しかし我々にも
But
務めが
we must.
小さい旅館
You
に
really think
何十人も
that
入るわけねえだろ
you could fit all of these men in there? The best you'll be able to do is surround it.
それとも
Unless you
乱
really
戦に
want
巻
to
き込
send
まれ
them
て
in
死
there
に
to
てえという
die,
なら止め
there's
はしねえが
there's a fight going on. If you value the lives of your men, then I suggest you stay put. He's not having any of this.
Nope. Hijikata-san's tone left no room for argument. Hijikata-san stood firm so that those risking their lives received the merit they were due. Until the battle ended, he stood his ground and not a single man challenged him.
Well, there might have been one, but he was quickly shut down.
Dawn finally
The
read, "Can I
next
skip?"
morning.
Yes, I can skip.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Skippy, skippy, skippy.
La da bra bra da ba da ba da.
Blah. Skip, 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 skip.
Skippy,
skip,
skippy.
Skip, skip, skip. Oh, as a result of my efforts during the battle, they relaxed their supervision. The Shinsengumi allowed me to sweep the area in front of the headquarters on my own. One day I was out cleaning the courtyard by myself when I heard a soft footsteps approach me. Didn't we haven't done this? I guess we. Ow, my fingers. I guess we haven't.
すみません。
It's Iba.
こちらが新選組の屯所ですか？
Excuse me, but is this the shit? Oh, it's Iba.
It's Iba.
Is this the Shinsengumi headquarters?
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to do my best gray for this one.
I know, I can tell. The voice came from behind me, so I was caught off guard when answering. Can we really not skip this? Oh, I think I know why. Oh, I know why. Because we haven't met Iba officially.
He was only a passerby.
Mm-mm.
You're...
Hijikata-san showed up suddenly as if he'd heard us speak.
Oh, Hijikata-san, this man is...
I believe now we can skip? No? Really? Okay. Before I could finish my sentence, Iba ran towards Hijikata. Wait. No. Ha 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 ha! Because we haven't met him. This game assumes we have, and it has Iba. Right there. That's
Okay.
an error.
Before I could finish my sentence, the man ran towards Hijikata-san.
Yes.
あ、やっぱり。
Oh, I knew
トシ
it!
さん。
Toshi!
Hachiro です。
It's me,
お久しぶりです。
Hachiro! Long time no see!
おめえは
You're...
八郎か
Wait.
なんだ
Hachiro?
ってこんなところにいるんだ
What the hell are you doing here?
When Hijikata-san realized who it was, his eyes grew wide.
Abbas!
驚きました。
Are you surprised? I'm here in Kyo under shogunate orders. He's not the only one.
新選組って本当に
Forget
トシさん
about
と
me.
ことだったん
So
で
it
すね。
really was you who connected to the Shinsengumi.
What do you mean, not the only one?
Haruka.
Oh, right.
この目で見るまでは信
I
じられ
can't
なか
believe
ったけど
I couldn't believe it until I made sure for myself.
おめでとうございます。
Congratulations! You really did become a samurai.
おい冷やかす
Come
な
on,
よ
don't mock me.
まだ扱いは
I
浪
mean,
人と
we're
同じなんだから
treated
よ
no better than any Ronin.
でも
Yeah, but your dream of becoming a samurai came true.
冷やかすなって言ってんだろ
Hey, I said don't mock me.
いいえ。
Oh, come on now.
泣く子も黙
The
る新選組
Shinsengumi
だったら
are famous here in Edo. Are famous over in Edo. You are so feared that even crying children go hush.
それに
I heard that about your victory at Ikeda Inn.
とてもご
It
活躍だったん
would
です
seem that you lot are flourishing.
ぼちぼちって
Well, we are working on it. He blushed!
Yes, he did! Ichikata-san seemed to be unusually flustered as he looked away. Had this man come to visit him? The rapporteur suggested they known each other for some time. Once I verified the conversation had come to an end, I mustered the courage to speak to Hijikata-san.
Hijikata-san, may I ask who this is?
Right, you two haven't met yet.
まだ
Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? God damn it, Fade. He blew up Good Neighbor on accident again.
Isn't this like the third time?
Probably.
Oh.
I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I am Iba Hachiro.
幕府直参旗本で
I am a Hamamoto of the Shogunate and an Obanshi. I got it. Obanshi serving in the Okazume.
Oh, my name is Yukimura Chizuru.
Wait a minute.
千鶴ち
Ah, Chizuru,
ゃん
huh?
改めて
Nice to meet you.
Oh, yes. Nice to meet you too.
As soon as Iba-san and I finished our introductions, Hijikata-san urged us indoors.
Come. We don't need to have this discussion out in the sun. Why don't you come inside? Gray just hit him with "Stop destroying Good Neighbor."
Can I really not skip this?
God damn.
Oh wow.
I took
He says it's not on purpose. I got the.
I have. Sure.
Right.
The same energy. Different words,
Yes.
same energy. Oh, jeez.
Oh god. Come on. I got just a thing here.
How was I supposed to know 4 Superman suiciders were gonna follow me?
You always aim for their arm before you engage anything else in that group.
I took tea to the 2 in the common room. Hijikata-san told me to remain there, so I decided to listen in.
今日に来たのは奥詰めの仕事ってわけ。ずいぶんと出世したみてえだな。
Alright, there we go. You said you came to Kyo as part of your Okazume duties? Didn't take long for you to climb up the social ladder, huh?
Okazume?
The word was unfamiliar.
奥詰めってのは将軍の神殿を守るやつだ。
I'll be back next week.
Okay, good. The Okazume are entrusted with protecting the shogun and his guests and friends who surround him.
Yes? I'm so honored to meet such a man.
いえいえ
Oh, please, I'm nothing special. This was a job I acquired through my father's connections.
But what would bring a man of his stature here, Hijikata-san?
I think I can answer that.
Uh?
Tasan!
This meant Iba-san was someone who worked directly with the Shogun. God. I have so
I
much to...
think that was so good. Oh, hey, look, another one!
What? Oh, goody! Why is it all likely ban evaders?
I don't know.
The fuck is going on?
I don't know.
They don't appear in chat, so it just looks like you're banning people from thin air.
I can likely assure you that these are bots because they each all say best viewers on 3 stars.
Yeah, 3 stars, totally.
Oh, I see somebody in chat.
Don't call.
I'm not gonna mention their name, but I see a certain somebody in chat.
Anyway, this meant Iba-san was someone who worked directly with the Shogun. Why was such an important person here?
Oh, I see what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would a guy why would somebody like me know a guy like him, huh?
I slowly nodded.
As if he read your mind. You see, not only is he a Hatamoto, but he's also the heir to the Shingyoto style Iba Dojo, one of the most famous dojos in Edo. I gotta say, with these bots that I'm banning, they have some rather unique names. The Iba Dojo and our dojo socialized often, so that's how we came to know each other. Yeah, that's right. When I got word that I would be coming to Kyo, I was excited because I know I would get to see you again, Toshi.
That should be new, shouldn't it?
Whatever. Just keep in mind, Kyo isn't exactly a vacation spot. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. However, despite it being so dangerous, it seems even a woman can be with the Shinsengumi. What?
Eva glanced at me when he asked this question before looking to Hijikata-san.
That's...
I glanced toward Hijikata-san, who looked uncomfortable. Eva-san seemed to pick up on something from our demeanors.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
I didn't want to confirm, so I stared at the floor without speaking.
Well, her reasons for being here are somewhat complicated, so we're having her pose as a man for the time being. Only a few of the men in the Shinsengumi know about her, so it would be best if you kept it under wraps from the rest of the men. Understood. I'll do whatever you ask of me, Toshi.
Iba-san drew Hijikata-san in closer in a jovial manner, and Hijikata-san seemed unsure how to react. Hijikata-san was normally really strict, so seeing him act this way was new. I had a lingering suspicion that Hijikata-san was actually enjoying himself. All of the commotion must have alerted the captains because they popped up out of nowhere.
Hey, hey, Hachiro! Is that you? I thought I heard your voice. It really was you, huh? Senpachi, Harada! Everyone else is here too! Long time no see! Man, you're even killed now too? Are you here to train or are you sightseeing? Hey, don't be stupid. I bet you that he's here to protect someone important or something. Am I right? Well, I suppose you could say that. If you're in Kyo, then I assume you have a rather good position.
Eva-san nodded plainly in response.
Oh.
What?
I'm in the club casting Detect Thoughts at a 6th level, and it's like THOTS.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Jesus.
I see. So you're in Kyo now too, huh? Well, I'd be careful if I were you. Don't be stupid and die or something like that. Okay. I mean, sound advice, but at the same time...
Fuck you, Okuda.
Thank you for the warning. I'll keep that in mind. Hey, we should go drinking sometime. I mean, we could even go right now if you wanted to.
We captain surrounded Iba-san, speaking playfully one after the other. They all seemed to be enjoying the chance to catch up with each other. It seemed he really had been acquainted with everyone back in Edo. Ichikata-san watched their interaction with warmth in his eyes and muttered.
See, despite him being a Hanamato, and also the heir of the Iba dojo, he decided to stick with us. Not sure why, I guess he took a liking to us or something.
He seems to be close with everyone.
He seemed to be especially fond of Hijikata-san, though. But I didn't dare say it.
Well, I guess you could say we're friends. Whenever he visits, be sure to let him in.
Can I skip now? No.
Damn it!
Before we knew it, evening had come and Iba told us it was time for him to depart.
Aww.
それじゃあまたね。
Well, I guess that means goodbye for now, Chizuru.
Goodbye.
His face seemed reluctant, if not a little forlorn, and he left the compound. I stared at him as he walked into the distance until his figure disappeared. Yeah, because it's an alternate to the other scene we saw. Iba was a mysterious person. Even if he was someone with very important and upper class, he acted with integrity and kindness. He commanded a lot of respect from the captains of the Shinsengumi. I didn't know there was a samurai like him among the shogunate. July. Oh no.
1864.
I could skippy. Please? Please? Yes.
Yes!
We're staying behind.
Yes. Because this is Sanan.
Yes, that's the option for Sanan, Okta, and Hesuke, I believe.
Everyone else?
We're going. I think so, anyway.
I'll stay behind.
Harada-san said nothing. He only smiled kindly and quiet as
An acquiescence.
acquiescence? What does that mean?
Acceptance, basically.
Oh, so why not just use accept?
I don't know.
It was difficult to say and to accept, but I didn't want to get in their way.
Oh yeah, sure, they say accept right there. So.
I know! Besides, how could I justify participating when I wasn't a true member of the Shinsengumi? I bottled up my indecisive feelings and returned to the headquarters.
Whoosh.
Whoosh!
A few days later.
Your medicine's ready.
Oh, it's this scene. Oh, it's...
Oh.
Oh!
I was carrying medicine and some hot sake.
The medicine was
sake.
Ishida medicinal powder, which was manufactured by Hichikata-san's family. Ishida medicinal powder, a powder medicine manufactured and sold by Hijikata Toshizo's family. It claimed to aid with setting broken bones, bruises, muscular pains, and minor cuts.
Can I get some of that right now, please?
I don't know if you really want to. I forget what's in that.
There is a bit of muscular pain with this, and yeah.
That's not what I meant. I meant in the actual medicine. I literally...
Can I get it anyway?
I mean, if you go look it up, what's in there? Because that was a real thing, people.
Give that to Soji and Hesuke. And Sanan-san, too, while you're at it.
Sanan-san's eyebrows rose at the mention of his name.
Oh. Do you really think I need this? My injuries have already healed. Just give it a shot, Sanan-san. They say this stuff works on just about anything.
Sanan-san sighed in defeat and reached over to take his portion of medicine. I can't wait till we get to one of this scene with Haruka in it. His injuries had mostly healed, but his arm still refused to work properly. It was slowly becoming clear that it likely never would again.
Man, that Ishida powder is with hot sake is the best. Ah, I'm so jealous of you guys. And why don't you have some? You're still hurt, aren't you? I want to drink hot sake. I want to drink sake. Too bad, but I'm actually all better now.
Nagakura-san was injured at the Ikeda Inn, but he recently declared that he was completely healed. I should mention it was his left hand that was sliced open. Shinpachi is the strongest member of the Shinsengumi for reasons.
Oh yeah, we don't even have guns yet, and we have guns.
This was in spite of the fact his wounds still looked painful. Shinpachi will fight through it.
Fight through the pain!
I heard he had convinced Hijikata-san that his wounds weren't as bad as Okita-san's or Heisuke-kun's.
I never would have thought that Todo-kun or Okita-kun would return. Well, I think he also says Okita just like everyone else.
Let me go check.
I have a feeling.
Let's see. Oh no, he's supposed to say Soji.
I never would have thought that Todo-kun or Soji would return from a fight injured.
I'm making sure again. Yes.
That's only because it was so dark in there. It wasn't a fair fight, alright? He punched me out of nowhere and broke my head guard right in half. Hey, split it in half just by punching it, huh? That's pretty damn impressive.
Isuke muttered something bitter and angry under his breath, but Harada-san just laughed.
And what else? I heard one of them got away from you, Okita.
Okita-san only smiled quietly as Nagakura-san gestured towards him. He smiles quietly, but inside he's...
roaring in laughter.
No, he's enraged.
True. It won't ever happen again.
He said with a smile, while inside he really wants to murder the guy that
I
did
will
it to him.
fucking murder him.
He doesn't get that chance, but I will give him the chance.
Next time, I will be the one to win.
Everyone was sharing their experiences at the Ikeda Inn. However, Saito-san remained silent.
Is there something bothering you, Saito-san?
No.
I kept my voice low so as not to interrupt any of the other men in their conversations.
I've been thinking, why were there men strong enough to defeat Soji at Ikeda? They claimed not to have been affiliated with Choshu, but the inn wouldn't have just allowed anyone in that night.
Oh.
But they had entered undetected, then it begs the question of how, in addition to why. We are also in an ad break right now.
Thank you, Saito.
Perhaps they were working together, but towards different goals. All we know for sure, I suppose, is that these two men possess impressive skill and strength.
The sliding door flew open as Saito-san finished his sentence. It was Kondo-san.
We've received orders from the Aizu domain.
All conversations ceased. Eyes turned to Kondo-san.
長州の襲撃に備え
In preparation for a Chocho attack, the Shinsengumi has been ordered to the front.
A cheer went up from everyone present.
Yay.
ついに来たか
Finally! It's about goddamn time!
残念だったな
Too bad for you, Hesuke. Can't go and fight if you're injured, can you? Oh, come on!
えでも
This is different!
He turned to Hijikata-san, clearly hoping that the commander might give him special leave to go.
He wasn't happening it. No, it's not. You are to stay here and guard HQ. You're a real monster, Hijikata-san. You know that? You're a demon. Did you just ask me to gut you? Because that's what I heard. Okay.
Heisuke-kun's mouth snapped shut. I didn't think
I had bowed my head as I said okay too.
I didn't think Hijikata-san would actually stab one of his own men, but neither did I think he would go easy on any of them.
Oh, what's that, Hesuke? You want me to eat all your food in front of you?
Oh god.
Todo-kun. The injured are a burden, so we shall remain here and guard the compound like obedient soldiers.
God damn it, Sanan!
Fine. Guess I can't help it. I'll stay behind this time. I guess I'll have to pass too. I'd like to go, but I'm just not back up to full strength yet. Maybe I'll go cool down outside. Hard to do whenever it's like scorching heat outside.
Oh god. Okita-san sighed and got up to leave.
Excuse me. I assume he'll be staying here as well.
Kondo-san nodded.
I'll need you to keep tabs on Hesuke and Soji. I don't want them moping around.
He let out a short laugh. Before long, the Shinsengumi had left for the front. Only a handful of soldiers were left in the silent compound.
What should I do now? Oh, right.
I know where to go. I know where to go.
I know where to go. Kondo-san had asked me to keep an eye on Okita-san and Hesuke-kun.
I think Okita-san was in the inner courtyard.
I was a little concerned for him. He was still recovering, and catching a chill wouldn't do him any favors.
If so...
Still, that left Heisuke-kun and Sanan-san.
Maybe they're still in the common room.
Maybe they are.
Heisuke-kun seemed frustrated at being forced to stay behind. And Sanan-san had been even colder and more distant lately. I was worried for Okita-san, of course, but I felt there was something deeper affecting the other two. Where should I go? Gee, I wandered to the common room!
To the common room!
I heard Heisuke-kun and someone else talking as I walked down the hall.
This is such bullshit.
They were in the common room then.
Damn it. I wish I was out there right now, you know? Waiting around in this old place is boring. Your injury may not be too serious, but there is no sense in taking unnecessary risks.
It sounded as if Sanan-san was actually trying to cheer Heisuke-kun up. How long had it been since I'd heard Sanan-san say something nice to someone? He had been a very kind man once upon a time.
Yeah, I mean, that still hurts, I know that, and I know it's important to protect headquarters. Well, as soon as your injuries heal, you'll be able to return to the front lines. Far better than being condemned to spend the rest of your life as a pariah such as myself. Well, yeah, I guess.
An awkward silence fell over the room.
Poor guys.
It would have been rude for me to speak up, having left the inn unharmed on that fateful night. However, if they saw me loitering in front of the common room, it would make it clear that I was eavesdropping. I had no choice.
Okita just sneaks up right behind her, causing her to just jump and yell. And then he quickly runs away.
Weirdly enough, he kind of sort of does that in Haruka's Sanan route. Sort of. It's not at this point, it's before Sana and Hijikata leaves for Osaka. I had no choice then. I had to return to my room. As I returned to do so, Sana-san's voice stopped me cold.
Oh, God damn it. But perhaps the serum might empower me to hold a sword again.
Serum? What did he mean by that? Some kind of medicine? But he was already taking the Ishida powder. Unless he was talking about something else.
What? Come on, Sanan. Come on, Sanan. You aren't thinking of joining the Furies, are ya?
Asuka shouted at Sanan-san. What was this conversation about? Something about it seemed familiar. I don't know.
Very much at the beginning of the route.
Huh?
Very much at the beginning of the game.
Oh, right. I'd heard something similar around when I first arrived. When we were eating dinner together. When we'd received the news of Sanan-san's injury.
Push comes to shove, then he'll just have to take the serum. I don't think Sanan-san's just gonna give up. Soji? Don't jinx him. It's gonna look bad if captains start joining the Fury Corps. I guess it's just Furies then.
Eventually. Technically, the Fury Corps isn't established yet.
Join the Furies.
They mentioned the serum then too. Were they talking about that?
But it didn't work, right? Soji and Hajime had to kill him, remember?
Okita-san and Saito-san had to kill them? A memory starting to flash before my eyes. That fateful night I met the Shinsengumi.
True. It isn't complete, but if we find Kodo, then he should provide the assistance we need.
Father? What did Father have to do with this serum? My mind was a hurricane of thoughts, suspicions, and fears.
Very poor choice of words given what's going on right now.
I was scared of thinking too deeply about the implication of what I heard. I'd stumbled onto something dangerous. Something I shouldn't know. I shouldn't be here. I backed away slowly. But then...
I'm sorry, but I need to ask you not repeat anything you may have heard.
His cold, quiet voice filled the empty room.
He knows.
Maybe the words that came out of Sana-san's mouth were directed strictly to Heisuke-kun. Heisuke responded with a furrowed brow.
Yeah, I get how you feel, but I'm still against this.
I felt like those words were directed towards me. I scurried from the area as I grasped my chest to still my pounding heart. As silently as I could, I returned to my room. I wish I'd never left.
Should have just gone to find Okita. And now we can skip.
Yep. Na 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 na. I don't know how far we're going.
Na 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 na.
Oh God.
Na 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 na.
No.
Hey hey hey. Skate.
God damn it. What the fuck?
You thought I was gonna do something else.
Were you, or did you just come up with that?
Uh.
Aw. I don't remember. Just give it to me at this point.
It says I stepped out of line, so I'm assuming it's being too presumptuous.
Which we can skip then. Whee! Na 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 na. Chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see how far we can get.
Within like the next 15 to 45 minutes, depending.
We gotta go through all this. We have some new people. Ito and Miki.
Well, Ito definitely deserves this.
You goddamn snake!
I still think he's a kitsune. And Sana.
Well, we don't have a kitsune button, so suck it.
This is a long scene that we're gonna see in every single route, and that's why we're skipping it till we get our choices. Investigate.
Indeed, investigate.
Wiki skippy.
We get to skip even more.
Yeah,
Yagi
Yagi.
House.
We've seen this scene. Do we want to play it out or no?
I don't care.
It is a Sanan scene. Fuck. It was night at the Yagi house and Dad's silent. I tiptoed down the halls as quietly as possible. Huh? Did someone just walk into the common room? I would be in trouble if someone saw me, so I did my best to blend into the shadows and hide. After a few heart-pounding moments, my curiosity got the better of me. I left my hiding place and crept toward the common room. I peered in. Inside was Sanan-san. But somehow, something felt off. I just stood there. What was Sanan-san doing here so late at night? I was at a loss. Should I speak to him, or... Before I could make up my mind.
I never thought that it would be you who would catch me. How unexpected.
Sanan-san gazed directly at me and muttered.
You're out there, aren't you, Yukimura-kun? Come out.
I guess he spotted me. I gave up and stepped out into the open.
I'm sorry if it seemed like I was snooping.
Drink.
Hey, guess what time it is?
BRB!
I have no physical water in the water bottle. I'll be back.
It'll be up to me to entertain chat, I guess. I don't know. Hello?
Hello?
Yay, alright.
Hello.
Cheesy Lady is playing Undertale right now. It says Undertale Yellow?
Oh, that's a thing.
Anyways.
A fan thing, I believe. Ooh, how far we're gonna go? Let's see.
Let's keep her going.
I'm sorry if it seemed like I was snooping.
Then that was already established. Well, I don't plan on scolding you. If you see a suspicious shadow in the middle of the night, of course you'd be curious.
Hmm? It was very subtle, but I noticed something was off about Sun-Sun's attitude. He had a peaceful smile, something I hadn't seen for what felt like ages. It was an expression I have never seen him wear since he gotten injured.
Sun-Sun.
It's like a suit. It's like a suit I never get to wear anymore.
Oh god.
Sun-Sun, did something good happen?
Why, yes, something did. Or, rather, I guess I've finally made up my mind.
Something swished in his hand.
Sun-Sun, what is that?
Oh, this? Does it pique your curiosity?
After his cryptic reply, he showed me what was in his hand.
A crimson vial.
Sun was holding a small vial made from fine Western-style glass. It was filled with a crimson liquid that looked like poison.
Not entirely wrong. This is a secret treatment developed by your father, Kodo, under orders from the shogunate.
What? The shogunate ordered my father?
Yes. They say it first appeared in the West. The contents of this tiny vial can utterly transform a person.
What do you mean by utterly transform?
Oh, to put it simply, it makes them stronger and heightens their recuperative abilities.
It sounded like something out of a fairy tale. If such a thing were to truly exist, the serum would be considered a miracle cure, but...
There is, however, a rather serious flaw.
His smile twisted just a little.
Oh no. I suppose you could say that it was too strong. It worked as advertised, but it drove its patients mad. You've seen the results yourself, haven't you?
Of course, the night I first met the Shinsengumi. I'd seen the results of that madness. The white-haired monsters that Okita-san and Saito-san had killed off.
Your assumptions are correct. Yet those warriors you met, yes, those warriors you met are of that ilk. They were no longer capable of rational thought, and became little more than bloodthirsty monsters.
His words brought a sharp chill down my spine.
Why would such a serum?
If they lose control whenever they see blood, then they hardly have much use in battle, aren't they? No matter how powerful or unkillable they may be. Kodo conducted experiments on the Shinsengumi. Kodo conducted experiments on the Shinsengumi in order to improve this serum.
No.
Yes.
Father? Conducting experiments on human beings that made them go mad at the sight of blood? I couldn't believe it. No, I didn't want to believe it. But there was no reason for Sun-san to lie. When did my father really... Then did my father really... Sun-san shrugged off my disbelief and continued.
Anyways. Unfortunately, when he disappeared, his research was put on hold. This vial here represents the fruits of my own personal research based on what he left behind.
He smiled gently as he shook the bottle. The liquid inside sloshed from side to side almost lazily.
I've diluted it as much as possible.
I had so many questions to ask him, but I didn't even know where to start. I simply spoke the first thing that came to mind.
If you drink that, will you be alright?
Hmm.
Can you drink that serum without going mad?
I have no idea. To be quite honest, I've never tested it on anyone.
His smile faded.
If I am to take this, my arm will heal. Assuming, of course, that I've mixed it correctly. Oh, hey. Just a webtoon.
You mean you intend to use it?
He had no guarantee that it wouldn't simply kill him. Even if he did survive, it might well drive him insane.
Sana-san, please reconsider. I'm sure there's some other way. You don't need to rely on this.
I have no choice. This is the only way to heal this damned arm. I'm already useless here. Even the men have begun to speak ill of me behind my back. You would never understand. I came all this way from Edo alongside my comrades, all of us determined to achieve our goals. And now I am left to rot, given a position out of pity, and left to wallow in my own uselessness?
How could you say it's pity? You're a leader here. The Shinsengumi respects and needs you now more than ever.
Sana-san's eyes filled with melancholy as he flashed a brief smile.
Yes. I remember it well. I am a swordsman of the Shinsengumi, yes. That's what they need me to be, isn't it?
Sana-san seemed bitterly focused on the words Hijikata-san said earlier.
If I must go through life as a walking corpse, now that I am dead as a swordsman, then let me die as a person as well.
No!
It's not certain to fail. The odds of success aren't as terrible as you would think.
Sana-san smiled as he said that, but it was impossible to know if he'd successfully prepared it or not. Considering the worst that could happen, I couldn't sit by and allow him to do this. I can't remember.
Persuade him this time.
Okay.
I still don't think you should take that serum. If it succeeds, your arm might heal, yes. But there's a higher chance that it'll fail, right? If the others knew that you were here doing this, they would all try and stop you.
I'm sure Todo-kun would be greatly disappointed. He is a good man.
I thought at first that he was beginning to reconsider. My faint hope was shattered at his resigned words.
Should I perish,
Please give my regards to Todo-kun.
What?
I really am in hell now. To be pitied even by the likes of you.
What?
Hi.
I'm just gonna pop in here real quick.
Hello.
Well, it's
Hello.
that one scene.
Oh, is Sana drinking the Ochinmizu?
Yeah, he's about to.
And that's his route, so ooh.
Those were his last words.
Those were his last words. He suddenly gulped down the red liquid stored in the fine glass bottle. The bottle slipped from Sana-san's hands and shattered into 1,000 tiny shards.
I was gonna say, insert Team Fortress 2 drinking noise here.
Oh, Jesus. A scarlet drop oozed down from the corner of his lip. Sana-san crumpled to the floor.
Sanan-san!
No, get back!
I tried to run to him, but he held out a hand to stop me. He groaned in agony, gripping his chest over his heart. It was clear he was suffering.
Yeah, I was a little early on that bit, but hey.
Yeah, you were a little bit.
Hang in there. I'll go get someone right now.
I took a step forward, about to place my hand gently on his back. His right arm whipped out almost too fast to see. I slammed into the wall. My vision went blurry for a moment. I desperately tried to look up, just in time to see Sanan-san's hand reaching for my throat. His right hand closed around my throat. The hand around my throat was Sanan-san's, but the man behind it was someone else. His white hair glistened in the dim light. His bright, mad red eyes flashed through his bangs. I knew those eyes. His eyes were the eyes of a predator, not a man. I saw eyes just like these the night I arrived in Kyo. Those creatures in the alley, drenched in blood. Monsters. As he choked me, I desperately tried to keep breathing. No, this wasn't a monster. This was Sanan-san. He was still the man I knew.
Sanan-san.
I called his name. Suddenly, the fingers around my neck loosened.
Ugh.
I could breathe again. My legs gave out and I gasped for air through a throat still red with his handprint. I caught sight of Sanan-san, sight blurry from tears, his hair shining bright white. However...
Well... I see I failed. Perhaps I'm not as lucky as I thought.
In the depth of those red eyes, there was a faint glimmer of reason.
Sanan-san, are you back?
Yukimura-kun, I have a favor to ask of you. Please, kill me while you have the chance.
What?
His words weren't registering in my head, but I could do nothing but look into his eyes.
I have failed. I can already feel my mind starting to go. At this rate, I will kill you.
No.
In this moment, memories of when I first arrived in Kyo and of the Ikeda Inn flashed before me. I witnessed so many deaths. I had come to terms with the fact that taking life was a part of their duties. But never could I imagine killing someone with my own hands. Least of all Sanan-san's.
No, I can't. I can't do it. You're still you, Sanan-san.
And there's an affection point. What's this? In spite of everything. Even so, I am telling you to kill me!
Sana-san shouted at me and grabbed me by the collar. His red eyes flickered. Sana-san struggled with his remaining willpower to fend off the madness boiling inside of him.
You don't kill me, then you will die!
Why did no one tell me Blue Wolves of Blue Moon was getting an anime?
Ooh.
Literally no one told me.
Oh.
I know you are only here by chance, and I am so sorry that I must ask you to do this.
His right hand slid off my throat, and I felt it land on the hilt of my kodachi. What was he doing? As I stood there confused, Sana-san's fingers wrapped around the handle and began to pull. Oh no. No! I realized what he meant to do, and I felt ice creep up my spine. Sana-san, please, you can't! I tried with all of my might to pry his arm away and prevent him from drawing my sword, but...
The serum made the task much harder, but a blade in my heart will render me as dead as any other man.
I can't.
You must kill me.
Reason was leaving him. He spoke in starts and stops now, as tendrils of madness pull him under.
Please. Please let me die.
My sword was now completely drawn, and he pointed it towards his chest over his heart.
Sana-san!
Just as the white shining tip of the blade was about to pierce his heart...
Here comes the cavalry.
Not the cavalry.
But he's coming back.
Sana-san screamed in anguish, dropping the sword he was gripping.
Sana-san!
What just happened? Sana-san collapsed to the floor.
Or plop.
Sana-san! Hang in there! Sana-san!
I ran over to him and rushed to check his pulse. He was still breathing. He only lost consciousness. This alone gave me a great feeling of relief, but suddenly the door behind me slid open. I rushed to look back when...
Chizuru? Sana-san.
Okita-san. Sana-san, he's...
Okita-san had a cold expression.
Did you move?
His eyes narrowed, and I saw them flicker around the room, from Sana-san's limp body to myself to the shattered vial. Okita-san's mouth tightened, and he bent down to lift Sana-san off the floor.
When you drink that stuff, supposedly your body just can't handle it. It hurts like hell, and you start to lose it. I probably shouldn't. He probably couldn't take it and just passed out.
Oh.
After finding out that it wasn't life-threatening, I felt a pang of relief.
Well, real pain comes later. We can't afford for Sana-san to die just yet, so we'll make sure he hangs in there.
His tone was surprisingly detached. Okita-san picked up Sana-san before leaving the room. Once they left, exhaustion caught up to me. I collapsed to the floor, slumping into myself. I had finally tapped into the secrets of the Shinsengumi. I had learned something I should have remained ignorant of. Fear and confusion rendered me unable to think, but the fact alone was carved deep into my heart. After Sun collapsed, the captains rushed into the room. They must have heard the commotion. I was in a daze. I thought they might be saying something to me, but none of their words stuck in my ears, and I stumbled back to my room. I suddenly heard Okita-san speak.
Seriously? You know you can be a real pain. You know that?
Okita-san had taken me back to my room, and I heard him as soon as he opened the door for me.
Time for you to explain what happened. Just why were you in there with Sanan-san?
Okita-san was never particularly pleasant to me, but his tone was even harsher than usual.
I felt like there was someone there. I was curious, so I had a look. I found Sun-san in the common room.
Huh.
Okita-san gave a non-committal response, and he just scanned me. My mind had cleared somewhat, but it was still difficult to string words together.
Is it true that my father had something to do with that serum Sun-san drank?
Did Sanan-san tell you that?
He said it makes you stronger, but it drives you mad.
He fixed his eyes wearily on the ceiling above us, before eventually answering my question.
You are the daughter of the man who made that stuff, and you've seen the men who go insane. I suppose you do have a right to know. Just a little. Though, I really wish we could just kill you.
His manner of speaking was far removed from his usual joking self. This time, it felt like he truly meant it. He could kill me at any time. I nodded, the reality of my situation impressing itself on me once again.
So, any questions about the serum? I suppose I can answer one.
I desperately searched for the words.
Why did the Shinsengumi get involved in something like this?
Our job is to crack down outlaw Ronin, but you know that doing so isn't easy, right? Well,
amongst the Ronin, there were many who were actually quite skilled. When I was around, I saw many such men fighting and dueling amongst themselves. Since they carried swords, any fight with them had the potential for bloodshed. In the worst case scenario, one could lose one's life.
When we started out, we were really short on men. No one knew about us, and we couldn't pay that well either. We didn't have many people asking to join, and those that did were pretty disappointing. So then some guy from the shogunate appeared and offered to make us part of this experiment.
An experiment? That must have been what Sanan-san was referring to.
So you knew what the side effects were, and you still made them take it?
I couldn't believe it. Anyone could tell at a glance that this medicine was suspicious.
We didn't make them take it. It was their choice. You see, Shinsengumi has a thing called the Code of Conduct.
Which wasn't actually made until the first fucking Shoshu expedition. Don't even talk to me.
it's an alternate universe.
Alternate universe.
Ultimate
They gave
universe. We
good
need
reasons. They gave good reasons for it in Raine, so I'll forgive them.
Yes.
It's a set of rules we employ to keep everyone in line. If you break them, we make you cut yourself open.
Cut yourself open?
Yep. Why are you so surprised? The only way a warrior can own up to something is by committing ritual suicide.
Traditionally, when samurai disgraced themselves, they drove their swords into their bellies. I thought such traditions were obsolete, and that now the worst they did was pretend to cut themselves open with a fan. Did the Shinsengumi still follow this custom?
Yeah.
It was hard to wrap my head around it.
If they're gonna die anyways, don't you think it makes some sense for them to save some face and make themselves useful one last time? We gave them a choice. Kill yourself, drink the serum. They should be pitied. Truly.
I couldn't think of anything to say. Ritual suicide was sure to end in death, whereas drinking the serum might offer them a chance at life. The men that I'd encountered that winter night, had their last thoughts as men been hope they might survive the madness? It sounded horrible.
Something that makes you strong and hard to kill should be really great, right? In the end, though, they didn't end up all that strong. We could easily kill them all.
In a moment, I was taken back to the fateful night when Okita-san dispatched the warriors with white hair without any effort. Wait, that's incorrect. That's that night. Wasn't it Saito?
Ah, come on, Hajime-kun. I had my eyes on that one. Then maybe you should have acted quicker. I wonder what's gonna happen to Sanan-san.
I looked away, processing what Okita-san had said. I was worried too. Was Sanan-san alright? Would he change? My stomach was twisting itself into knots. Okay. We got to the skippable part. It's time to save.
Yeah, it's time to save and call it quits because I need to go find out if Domino sounds good for tonight.
Okay, let's go to the time.
Because that actually sounds really good.
Okay.
Tomorrow afternoon is going to be Stardew Valley.
Yes. Followed by Persona 3 Reload. And then
Monday, who knows?
Monday might be double R, it might not be double R. We will see.
It might even be nothing.
True.
What is Monday? We don't know. It's Schrodinger's Monday.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What do you think about rating or no?
No raid.
Okay. Please drink water.
Have a good day or night.
Try not to die because you didn't drink water. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, everybody. Bye.
Bye.